Hi everybody, my name is Lesley from Happy Doodle, and today I'm going to be sharing with you an instructional video on how to assemble our hot air balloon die. So let's take a look at how to assemble this so that you too can have fun with this die.
Here we have the hot air balloon dies from our newest September 2021 release, and I'm going to be showing you exactly step by step how to assemble the hot air balloon that you can see here on this cute little card. I'm also later in this video going to be sharing with you a couple of other ways to use this set of dies to create completely new and unique elements for your cards so that you can get more mileage out of this one die set. And this hot air balloon is just perfect for adding little critters. I think it looks so cute, and you'll get different styles using different stamp sets from your stash. Now to begin, I have actually laid out all of the dies that comes in this set, and I've put them on top of some coloured cardstock from our Happy Doodle cardstock collection so that you can see all the different elements in this die set. And we're going to start by using this large sort of rounded balloon shaped die. And to assemble your balloon, you're going to want to cut out this shape twice. Now you can actually cut it more than that and have, instead of 3 panels on your hot air balloon, you can have multiple, but I will show you what it would be like with the 3 panels. So let's first of all cut this out of some Simply Delicious cardstock, and I'm going to now cut this out of some Razzleberry cardstock as well. These are my 2 favorite colors. It also looks really cool if you create your hot air balloon using pattern paper. So you'll get a different look from that, and it's super fun. So now we're going to take one of these balloon shaped die cuts, and we're going to use these curved dies to lay them onto the side. I'm going to use it on my pink piece. I'm going to lay these down roughly symmetrical, and you can move them over to have a narrower panel. You want to basically create 2 somewhat banana shaped panels, one on the left and one on the right here. So once you have that positioned, I'm holding it in place with some Happy Doodle memo tape and run that through my die cutting machine. Now when that comes through the machine, you will have 3 pieces, 2 bananas, and then one kind of a leaf shape in the middle. And it's really up to you. You can take this middle section and layer it onto your blue piece of card to create a balloon like this. Or you can use the outer edges and stick them onto the balloon shape to have pink on the outer edges, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be using some wet glue just to give me a little bit of wiggle room, and of course I'm reaching for Gluebird, the cutest glue in the craft room, and I'll add a little bit of glue on the left and right side and adhere these banana shaped pink pieces right on top of my balloon. Now this is actually the main part of your balloon made, so it's really not that difficult, but it's all the other little elements that help really bring the shape together. So I am going to die cut each of these elements using my Happy Doodle mini die cutting machine, and I have just used some scratch pieces of coloured cardstock here and cut them down to size so that this will allow me to cut multiple pieces of paper in with one pass of my machine. When putting through multiple dies all at once, we always recommend using some Happy Doodle memo tape just to make sure that your dies don't move around as they're traveling through your machine. So here I have all of the little pieces individually cut out using their different colors, and now it's time to assemble. I'm going to start off with this little pink oval shape, and I'll add some wet glue just to the very top and add my oval on there. And then I will use my other rectangular piece to create a trim on the bottom edge of my balloon, and that really gives it a nice finish. Now in this die set, there's also some dies to create some bunting or banners to go on your hot air balloon. There is a die which creates 4 little triangles and also one which has 2 triangles. So let's add some wet glue and adhere the larger of these dies across the middle section of my hot air balloon. And then I'll use the smaller 2 triangle ones to go across the pink sections of my balloon. We'll add some color to this bunting in a little bit, but first of all I want to create now the basket for my hot air balloon. So I'm taking this rounded rectangular shape, and first of all I'm going to add a little bit of brown ink just to the top edge, and that will create a little bit of definition and help this the rim of the basket pop, which is this other thicker kind of rectangular piece. And if you wanted to, you could use a stencil on this basket or stamp onto it to create a little bit of texture for a different look. Once I have that rim in place, I'm going to now add this sort of loopy die cut piece on here. That's like the rope that hangs down on the side of the basket. And also in this die set is a die that is like a little sandbag. So I've cut that out of craft cardstock, and I'm going to stick that right onto this basket here just to complete the hot air balloon basket look. Now to attach the basket to the actual balloon, there's also another die that creates these long skinny die cuts. So they can act as little ropes to attach to your hot air balloon, but you can of course also use some twine or string, or just simply stick it onto your card. Now it's time to add some colour to these little flags along the top, and there is a die in this set which will cut out 4 little triangles at the same time. This makes it super easy to create multiple triangles for your bunting. So I've used some scratch pieces of cardstock here in a couple of colours, and I'll stick these right onto those white triangles to create a fun, colourful banner for my hot air balloon. I will say you'll find this much easier if you use a pair of tweezers, as they're quite small but super cute. Now this next step is optional. I've taken a piece of acetate here, and that's because I want to create a floating hot air balloon. So this is just some normal acetate, and I'm going to trim it down so that I have a strip that's roughly the same width as the basket here. So I'm just going to trim this with some scissors, and then I'm going to use some dry adhesive to stick this piece of acetate behind the basket, and then I can stick these fine little ropes right on the edge. Now I like to use a dot roller adhesive to do this. I simply tap the tip of the adhesive dot roller to the back of that little skinny strip and transfer some of those little tiny dots over, and then I can adhere it to the edge of my acetate strip. Then all I need to do is use some glue dots to stick the hot air balloon onto the top section of my acetate, and I have a floating basket. Now we're at the point where we can add critters to our basket, and we have 2 stamp sets with these cute adorable peek-a-boo critters. First of all, our Popping By stamp set, which has a little fox and a mouse, and also our new Bedheads stamp set, which has a raccoon, a bear and a cute piggy. And these are perfect for peeking out of the hot air balloon. However, you can add other critters from other stamp sets as well, or just leave it empty. Now at the start of this video I did promise you that I was going to show you some other ways to use the dies in this set. So first of all, let me show you this cute card which has a fairy and this kind of floating away balloon kind of look. So I've used the big round die to create the body of my balloon, and then the sandbag to create the balloon nozzle. Or why not use these dies to create a light bulb on your card? And I've made this light up using easy lights, And you can see on the side the dies that I've used to create this really cool light bulb effect on my card. And when we were packing away the dies, my daughter said to me, "This looks like a cyclops," in the way that the dies are packaged. So I thought that I would create this really fun monster on a card using the selection of dies that you can see on screen as well. I think he looks super adorable. So there you have it. It's really easy assembling this hot air balloon die, and I hope that you've enjoyed the video, have learned some things, and that you will really enjoy playing with this die set as much as we do. I'll leave you with some more examples of how the design team used this die to create some awesome projects. And until next time, happy crafting!